Hi guys, I am back and I'm Quinn from AEFX1246. Currently, or recently, I just made a Twitter account, and if you want to check that out, just go to Twitter and follow me using the username Quinn AEFX1246, and make sure to put Quinn on in front of it, and it might just be AEFX, but try both. So I've been looking into all these Andrew Kramer kind of tutorials, and I'll be reflecting a lot of that and just some other stuff I learned from other resources. But I just got this really cool After Effects thing. It's called Twitch. I'll give you a little example of what it will do. Let's go ahead and import. Oh, I already have something in here. So let's just go ahead and take Desert and drive it into a new comp, and let's go right click on it, effects, video copilot, Twitch, pretty awesome stuff. So you can go make it blurry. Let's zoom in a little. Blurry, and this will make random blurs, and you can go screw around with that stuff in all these controls. Let's turn the blur off though, and what I really found pretty cool is if you go in here, it's somewhere, color, yeah, here we go. You can play around with that. It's not that actually. No, turn the color off. But I think it's in slide maybe. And you'll get this kind of thing where it slides all over the place, which is really cool. And now if we go into slide, then if we do RGB split, yeah, that's it. And change that up. It looks pretty sick because you got this little kind of thing that's splitting, and that's what Twitch does. There's time, you can like freeze time and stuff, do all kinds of stuff, which I love with Twitch, and it's a great program. So let's just remove it, and we're not going to be talking about Twitch today. We're going to be talking about what was actually my new intro for this tutorial, and it's a realistic explosion. This isn't going to be as realistic as you're going to get, but it's going to be kind of close to something that we'll do. Here I just had to, I'll show you something of what it will look like. I have a sound effect, but I'm not going to be teaching you how to freeze time like I normally do. I'll do that in a different tutorial later. Let's see. It's basically like I used a green screen here, and I have a lot of elements in this. You used a lot of stuff. If you go back, you'll see dirt charges somewhere around there. Anyway, so let's go in our project files and go back to our desert comp, and we have this clean slate of just desert. You can use anything here, and wow, why'd I have that? Anyway, here I'm using Action Essentials for this, so if you don't have Action Essentials, buy it and come back. But if you don't do, then you can watch this. I mean, if you have your own explosion like videos that are good, that's good. I mean, and if you have animated stuff, but I wouldn't use a picture for this because this isn't more of a picture tutorial. So first, I'm gonna import or drag in all my explosion stuff. I'm only using a couple objects that make it less realistic, but you can use as much as you want. And first, let's take this, because this is like almost the most unrealistic one of all, and let's scale that down, go back in and scale this up to where we want it to be, and that looks about good for almost its maximum height. And let's go ahead and take our pen tool and let's solo all these layers out first. And now we got just a bunch of layers, and that's good because we only need our layers here. So let's just first work with this and go to explosion, click on that, and make a little mask around the bottom. Know what you're thinking, oh no, it's only going to show the bottom part, but that is not what's going to happen. That's not the case. Go mask and set to subtract. Now it will hide the bottom part, and turn the feather up. just enough so it's not showing inside there, but so it doesn't look that hard on the edges. And that looks good for our explosion. And now what you notice is it starts off pretty small, like that little beam, and we don't want that. We want it to start off in a more realistic spot. And if we go right here, that looks pretty good. So let's just hit Alt, left bracket, or something else for the Mac, I don't know what it is. And now it just starts off there and goes up. This still doesn't look realistic because the size in it is not that good. But we'll fix that using another method I'm going to teach you later. So now we desolo that so we can get just our other stuff. Let's take all our files and kind of pull them in a little because these are pretty big for. And let's work one at a time. So we got this, and drag this up. And again, we're going to do the same thing with the bottom using subtract feather method. I just named that randomly. Anyway, while we're doing this, I'm going to talk about the awesome place I'm in right now. I am in a sick hotel, or I don't know what to call it, a house. We're like renting a house somewhere. So you stalkers don't come find me. You're not stalkers. I'm kidding. I'm not trying to be mean. Don't mean to be mean. But so nobody comes and finds me. But anyway, we're in this awesome house. It's like super big, almost a mansion. It has like 3 swimming pools inside. It's crazy. It just snowed yesterday. It's freezing outside. I also got this awesome thing. Plugins. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Awesome thing called Lightsaber Effect. And I made some pretty cool stuff with that. But anyway, I'll just upload it maybe later. And now we got a pretty clean dirt kind of throttle thing, whatever. And now let's go down to our other dirt effect and move down there. And we'll time correct it later, but basically make another mask around it. That looks good. Mask or I'm not very good at that stuff, so yeah, I'm really not that good. And this is looking a lot better. Where did my subtraction go? Oh, it's not even done. Okay, here we go. Subtract. And let's hit the feather 15. That looks good. And we still see the fire, but that's not going to show in our final footage. If you want to spend all the time to color correct and stuff, that's fine with me. But I'm not really going to spend that much time on this project. So now we got all of this, and let's take our 2 dust elements, line them up with each other. Not lined up quite. That looks good. And we have these 2 dust explosions. Now we'll control click on the other one and size these up a lot because we want them pretty big. And go ahead and make them pretty close to each other, like right on top. And now we got that, which is looking pretty good for our purposes. Now if we solo this, unsolo this, it's going to look a lot better. And that's just that. So there's all that. Don't worry about the fire at the top. That's just our explosion. So now let's go to where we want it to happen. And now we got all of that, which is kind of crazy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's go ahead, click on our explosion layer, and that's looking a little unrealistic. So let's go and fix that. Let's go, where are our, right there, and put that there. And go ahead, drag this over some. I want to drag it so the ground kind of lifts up almost before it explodes. And now we got this really quick explosion. that's looking okay. Now what I did to kind of unconcentrate the viewer on this to make it him not as seeing the errors and flaws in this is I selecting a layer. Without selecting a layer, go ahead and take your rounded rectangle. It doesn't really matter if you're using just a regular rectangle or rounded. And let's not use red. We're going to use kind of an orangish yellow. Yellow is good. And kind of make this mask. And now all I have to do is set the blending mode. To add, and we got this crazy awesome little thing, and let's play around with this by going in, instead of filling it, just fill it with something less kind of insane if it's all the way dark white. This is good for the purposes. And let's go to a pretty big point in the explosion, like right here, and set this mask on, and right here, set it off. So we got this, and let's go ahead and go to the transform properties, opacity, set 1 keyframe, page down 3 times, set it on, and zoom in here, set this 0, and now go down to where that happens, opacity keyframe, 1, 2, 3, 0. And now we kind of got this fade on glow, and this takes the concentration off our flaws in the explosion. And that looks actually okay. All we have to do now is add in our bomb sound effects, and let's click the tilde key, make this pretty big. Wait, we don't want that because we need to drag our bomb in. Now we'll hit the tilde key, bomb, and explosion. Okay, we need to line this up better. Oh wait, no, that was there for a purpose. And right when the explosion starts, we want to put our bomb in, which is kind of obvious. Now let's re-render and play that and see how it looks. That's actually looking pretty good there. You might want to speed up the explosion a little bit, but for my purposes, that's good. If you really want to get advanced, go ahead, create a mask in the explosion, just another one, and make this one add, and make it animate up, which will look pretty cool. So that's all. I used a green screen, so I would be on top of it.